Welcome again to Lessons for a Lost Soul, brought to you by Inner Solutions. My name is Andrew. Chris took the day off. Okay, my friends, let's get to it. Inner Solutions is a team dedicated to make a spiritual difference. And remember, if we don't go within, we will go without. Our mission: ease pain and suffering. Let's get going and find out what's happening with Larry, our chief of security. Hello, Larry. Larry looks a little off-center. That's understandable. Change is not easy. The hunger to get does not disappear overnight. Don't worry, Larry. You can do it. We're with you all the way. Oh, by the way, Louisa the Lamb says hi and looks forward to laying down with you. In another room, Louisa is centered in stillness. She does not explain herself. She simply breathes, allowing her presence to shape the space around her. Now, my friends, let's return to Tomas to see whether he is still spinning his wheels, or whether he is beginning to make progress on his task to know thyself. Who the heck is this guy Tomas? It turns out he is not just a pretty face. You see, Tomas was told by a sharp-eyed woman that from a distance, and with a hat on, he is quite a good-looking guy. What could Tomas do but say thank you to her and seek out the point of view of other women? After extensive research, results show that 2 out of 3 women in the Western Hemisphere agree that from distance, and with a hat on, Tomas is truly a good-looking guy. Oh, I see. You don't think Tomas is a handsome dude? Well, let me help you reconsider your evaluation. Enough about looks. Let's get to know Tomas better and understand what happened to him, and why he became so busted and disgusted. Let's be honest. From a very early age, Tomas has been confused and lost. In 6th grade, while staring out the window during an April snowstorm in Frozen Falls, Minnesota, Tomas became mesmerized. He made a vow to travel to far and distant lands in search of the truth. And even though he crossed deserts bare, breathed the mountain air, and of travel he had his share. And even though Tomas has been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, Sarasota, Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma, Tampa. Oh my goodness. We just found out he's even been to Winnemucca. Sadly, after all this travel, Tomas still cannot find what he is searching for. Why is Tomas so lost and confused? Some people think there's a woman to blame. You see, the mother of Tomas, bless her heart, was a good-hearted woman, in love with a 2-timing man. Tomas is lost, not because he lacks intelligence, but because he believes his thoughts can explain the unexplainable. Tomas doubts what cannot be proven, and dismisses what is not self-evident. Some say belief in what is not self-evident has an evolutionary advantage. It quiets anxiety, erases ambiguity, and gives the mind something solid to hold on to. But belief born of fear never worked for Tomas, even when he was told there would be hell to pay if he did not accept the story. Sofia shows Tomas the difference between the maze of the mind and the labyrinth of the heart. Unlike the maze, the labyrinth has no dead ends. There are no wrong turns, and no correct choices to make. There is only one path, winding, patient, and purposeful, leading inward. It leads to the place where we all speak the same language. The language of love. The mystics of every tradition know this. That is why they do not argue dogmas and doctrines. They know they are the image and likeness of this love, and that everything else is just a story told by the thinking mind. Truth is not found by solving the maze. It is discovered by walking the labyrinth, not with the mind, but with the heart. The maze asks you to think your way out. The labyrinth invites you to remember who you are. Knowing thyself is not just a good idea. It is the reason you are here. Are you ready to go the distance? The thinking mind can be a wonderful servant, helping us navigate the world. But when it becomes the master, it traps us in stories, beliefs, and fears that have no spiritual substance. The mind is easily conditioned, programmed, and hypnotized by its own thoughts. It suffers from confirmation bias and cognitive dissonance, mistaking repetition for truth. Sofia reminds Tomas that the world does not appear absurd because it is meaningless. It appears absurd because people mistake their passing thoughts and fearful stories for reality itself. Sisyphus has an absurd task, pushing a boulder up to the top of the mountain only to see it fall again and again for an eternity. Yet Camus suggests Sisyphus smiles while doing this meaningless chore. It takes time for Sisyphus to suffer, but it takes no time for him to know his true self and realize that the self is not in time. Time is in the self. There is nothing outside of Sisyphus. This is something we all will eventually know, says Sofia to all of us with a smile. So, was there really a woman to blame for Tomas's problems? Or was it his own darn fault? And what exactly was this big change in his life? And why did it happen? We'll find out in the next video, where confusing questions may finally begin to make sense. See you soon, or of course, feel free to cancel your subscription. Aggressively delete this nonsense, and deny it ever existed. The best to you always and in all ways. A special thanks to the Inner Solutions team. We have some of the finest editors, grips, and gaffers residing in the Northern Hemisphere. Oops, I almost forgot. Feel free to disregard this transmission